So here we have a 2024 Chevrolet Express Explorer conversion van. Now this one is a 7-passenger low top, black on black leather. And for the powertrain, we get a 6.6 liter naturally aspirated V8, the Vortec. That's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. And this is Explorer Sport model in the limited SE trim. Now my favorite thing about this van, it's been a long time coming. On the Explorer conversion van, we finally have LED headlamps with LED daytime running lights to go with the fog lights, and just a super slick looking front fascia here. My goodness, this thing is bad. Mesh grille there, and just get a close up of that. It's about as custom as it gets right there. So excited for that. Now with this being the Sport Limited SE 20-inch aluminum wheels, love having those on the Sport trims here. Power windows, power mirror controls, power door locks. We do get a JBL sound system, so tweeter there. Tons of storage. Hood release, foot pedal parking brake, headlamp controls, and then we can control the gauge cluster. We'll get to all that after a while. But there's the driver's seat, quilted, stitched leather seating there. And we have an illuminated kick plate, power running boards. And the LEDs are helping, but I mean, after all the conversion vans I've ever reviewed, this is probably my favorite right now, just because of that front fascia mixed with just the overall usability of this low top. It's a bit easier to drive, not as big. We get that integrated dual exhaust there. Nice custom bumper. Spares underneath there, tow hitch. Let's go ahead and open the back up here. Now I don't know if I got my seat all the way up, so I'll have to double check that, but I'm gonna try and fold that down. But first, blinds in the back here. On either side, storage down there, storage down here, netted side pocket. You have all of your manuals and such for all the equipment you have back here. And then fold that down, and she will fold flat. You can sleep. That never gets old. Put vacuums back there, 12 volt. I mean, this thing has it all. Well, with all that being said, let's go ahead and hop in and check her out. So again, seating for 7. So 2 captain's chairs there, 2 in the front, and then we have 3 passenger seating in the back. Blinds throughout the entire back of the van. Now this one here has, because it's not a high top, not a lot of room for a screen, but I actually like this better because we get a fold down, or a drop down screen here, excuse me. And then we can hook up, we have Apple TV and a Blu-ray player that has Netflix, Hulu, all of that. So we can play all of that through here when we have a Wi-Fi hotspot. That's all we need. I can literally do it with my phone. But my goodness, look at this interior. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Seat back pockets on both sides, wireless charging pad, again, DVD player, everything for your game system, the Apple TV receiver there, illuminated cup holders, storage, we have some of the headsets in there, speaker there, and then all of this can come down in the blinds there. So let's go ahead and take a seat back here. Now there are USB-A ports either side there, more cup holders. And I love, because this is a low top again, usually the speakers are like up here on the high top, but they're just right there. So that sound is right in your face. So this is the way that I'd want to do it. And it saves you about $10,000, $12,000 too. but just a phenomenal setup here. There's a view of the front from back here. And then just pretty easy, you have remotes for everything, so you just cut that off. And then cut this off, fold her up, snaps back into place. And I like that you also have buttons up here as well. If for whatever reason, one of the kids loses the remote. Can't get enough of that. And there's a reason I drive almost 6 hours to Milford, Ohio to film these, because I love these vans. I really do. Where I pulled the latch earlier, let's look at these LEDs again. Can't believe they finally did it here. I mean, it's just a stunning front fascia here with those LED headlamps. But there's that 6.6 Vortec V8. All up in there. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat, take a quick rundown of what you get from that perspective. Leather wrap steering wheel, horn. Now, new Alpine sound system, phenomenal, phenomenal. They had something that looked kind of like this last year. It was some kind of brand I hadn't heard of, but I just love the Alpine system so much better. The graphics are really good. Everything just feels beautiful. You get your radio here, so FM there, AM as well. And on top of that, you get your Bluetooth audio. Then you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility too. And then my favorite thing is being able to see the vehicle info, so I can see how the engine's revving. All this is hooked up to the actual system of the van. Fuel, intake temperature, miles per hour, all that stuff. It's crazy. It's just a very impressive setup here. Now, backup camera right there, you get a nice big picture, and then you have the standard one right in here. AC controls here, tow haul mode, you get a 12-volt traction control, OnStar, lane departure, forward collision alert, 3-prong plug-in, a USB-A input, another 12-volt. And then we can disable or enable the power running boards here. 3 bottle holders, storage, netted side pocket storage, 3 sides, bottle holders there. And then you get the same controls on the passenger and driver side. So heated seat toggle is there, power lumbar support is there, and then we can power recline, tilt the seat back up or down, and then, or tilt the seat bottom up or down, and then pump the seat up or down there and move the seat all 4 directions there. So very adjustable. And then there's a cooler in here as well. Just so much in these things. And there's a view of the back, and I can show you the ceiling lights. I can turn those on or off if you look closely. And the lower indirect lights, I can do that as well. Lights are here, lights are here. Drop down sun visor, we have a mirror there. And now to the shifter. We do get that 8-speed automatic, so I can just pull here, reverse, neutral drive, manual, and then first there. Now in manual, I can shift through all 8 of those gears there, and it'll show me how the engine's revving as well. Intermittent wipers are on this side, fluid there, and then high beams. You can tap there and then turn them on by pulling all the way up. And then volume controls are here, and this is mated with this radio, which I love, so I can actually hold this and then it'll just mute for me. And then go through the sources, favorites, all of that. And then we can go through the track list, radio station presets there, and then you also have the voice recognition here. Pretty standard with cruise control again. And then we can go through all of our menu items here for the gauge cluster in that bottom part. So I can change the info, go through my units of measurement, tire pressure sensors, and then trip meter, all of that there. So quite a bit that you can fool with. And then we have our key fob here with remote start. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2024 low top Express 2500 conversion van out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Express low top van, a very, very nice ride here overall. And what I'm trying to say is, as opposed to the high top, I feel like this is a bit more controllable. Feels like a standard cargo van. I don't feel like it's about to tip over whenever I go around the corner. Not that the high top would, but this just feels more centered towards the ground. And I do just love how I feel like I have tons of space, but I also feel snug. In the sense that I feel comfortable driving this. I don't feel like it's as big as it is. Whereas if you're driving the high top Transit, the high top Express, you feel like you're in a bigger van because of how much, I guess, how tall the van actually is. But again, this just feels like a typical, not quite as maneuverable as the minivan, but closer than the high top is. And I just love this 6.6 Vortec V8. It's got some power. And with it being a Vortec Max just tuned a little bit, it's just, it's a treat to drive, it really is. And I want to give another big thank you to Mike Estrusi Chevrolet, AKA Sean at Conversion Van Land, for allowing me to drive this thing today and review it. I'll definitely leave a link below in the description so y'all can check it out if you're interested in getting one, because he keeps quite a few vans on the lot. Yeah, that is that's enjoyable there. Just such a strong powertrain here. And I just love the roar of that freaking Vortec V8. It's something. And another tasteful thing I think that Explorer did this year is putting the dual exhaust on this thing and just making it feel that much more aggressive, that much stronger. But just a treat to drive this thing. Now, in terms of the maneuverability, this actually feels pretty good. It's extremely windy out today, but I still feel like I can control this van, taking it around corners. Obviously not taking it around corners harshly, but I don't feel like I'm about to lose control on the road. Now, this is pretty, I think for what you get in this van particularly, not a bad price at all. You get some of the most comfortable leather seats that you could want. This new Alpine system is phenomenal. The rear screen paired with the Apple CarPlay as well as with the Apple TV, excuse me, as well as the Blu-ray player is just great. And this, again, the powertrain here is strong. You get that 8-speed automatic paired with the 6.6 V8. It's a little thirsty, but more fuel efficient than it was with the 6-speed. And then on top of that, as opposed to the older from a few years back, just standard 6.0 V8, the 6.6 is even stronger, more aggressive, but also more fuel efficient. So I'm just loving what this van has become over the years, even though in some ways it's showing its age, in other ways it's showing just how compatible this is with America's conversion van enthusiasts. And I would not hesitate to get one of these if I could afford one. And with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 Explorer conversion van low top.